Welcome to Charlotte Motor Speedway, qualifying underway for the Fort Worth Screen Printing Cup Series. Final race in the round of 8. Next week will be the championship. 7 drivers trying to get 3 spots after Lucas Hoytsma locked in last week. So you see Jackson Carr coming to a stop. Peter Therio in the 30, VP Racing Fuels Camaro. Said the setup is extremely tight. Therio trying to be one of those drivers to lock in for the championship 4 next week. Appreciate that, Lurk Outlaw. Good luck in your quality. Should start to see times trickle in. So those first laps get posted. All of the Bean team put their lap down. Justin Horton, top of the board right now in a 39. Edwards jumps to P2. Skrmeta goes P5. And Evers top of the charts in the 26. Lilith Peters jumps to the top of the charts in the 01. Lucas Hoytsma goes P2. Jackson Carr, the 54, jumps up to the top of the charts in his Toyota. Not sure what's going on with the paint on that car, but need some help. I think they try to put a Camaro paint job on a Toyota Camry. It doesn't line up very well. Jimmy Sheriff 15 car posts the 8th best time. Mike Edwards going in reverse with a heavily damaged Toyota. Doing the Cliff Mullins, goofing off here. Bikey 10th quick on his first lap. Giglio and Carter out on track now. We'll watch Bikey come around on his second attempt. Needs to pick up about 0.6 to be in contention for the pole. .2. That'll move him up to 5th. So that's Blake Giglio, the 16. Martin Sports CTC machine. He's up against the fence there. Not sure if he touched it, but he was right on it. Giglio trying to move on to the championship next week also. Blake's first lap, 30.83. And it looks like he did brush the wall just enough to get his lap not to count. Carter clocks in 11th. A lot of guys choosing not to qualify tonight. Giglio to the line, 30.20. That'll put him in 5th. Just ahead of Bikey. And that'll be everyone that qualifies tonight. No one else out on track. So Jackson Carr will be the pole sitter tonight in the 54. Yeah, Jackson hanging out down in drivers. We'll give him a quick shout out here. Jackson, DG, got a copy?
Yep, I hear it.
Well, we picked up the pole tonight for Charlotte. How do we feel about keeping it up there by the end of the race?
We'll see. I don't really know a lot of the strategy here. It's either 4th gear or 5th gear, so I'm going to be running 4th gear. Lilith, I think, runs 5th gear, so whoever is better on the long run, I think I'm going to switch to that. So looking to get a little bit of redemption from Kansas. I got a little carried away.
It's in
So-
for it happens. All right. Well, good luck to you tonight, and 110 laps. We'll see if you're still at the front when you get to the end.
Yeah, we'll see.
Jackson Carr pole sitter tonight in that 54. The Toyota Camry there on your screen. Let's run through our starting lineup presented by our friends at Labor 12. Awesome rock band out of Lubbock, Texas. LaborXII.com. Here we go. Jackson Carr on the pole in the 54. Starting second, Lilith Peters, the 01 Foxfire Food Luna Steak Sauce Camaro. Lucas Weitzman in the Lucas Labor 12 Chevy starts there in the third spot. Justin Horton, Luna Steak Sauce Foxfire Foods Camaro starts in fourth. Blake Giglio, the Martin Sport Performance Camaro starts there in the fifth spot. Brandon Bikey in his Chevy Viper starts in the sixth spot. Ethan Evers, the KRP Toyota with Fort Worth Screen Printing starts seventh. Peter Therio, VP Racing Fuels Camaro in eighth. Scrimmetta, the Labor 12 Low Drag Esports Chevy in ninth. Jeremy Scherer, Circle Camaro in 10th. Mike Edwards, KRP Fort Worth Screen Toyota in 11th. And Jacques Carter, Bass Pro Camry starts in 12th spot. Nathan Harper, Dallas Cowboys Mustang in 13th. Clark Renewal, the Liberty Chevy starts in 14th. Cliff Mullins, Race22.com Chevy starts 15th. Dave Hoyts with the Labor 12 Ford 16th. Daniel Walling will start from the pits in his Labor 12 Camaro. J.R. Deal, the Starburst Ford starts 18th. Tyler Stillwell not gridded up in his 36 Chevrolet. And then Scott Elston in the Traxxas Camry. He'll start in 20th. I'm not sure what's going on for the 36 team, but he is not out on track, not even in the pits. We'll see if he's able to get that machine out and running. 110 laps tonight. Should be a good one from Charlotte as we go from 8 playoff drivers down to 4 at the end of the race. Those blue windshield banners on the 01 3997, that's how they mark the playoff drivers. The 16 doesn't have one, but he is in the playoffs. You see the 3026 have him as well. And the 14 a little further back. Green flags in the air. We are underway from Charlotte Motor Speedway. 18 drivers with an official start. Now Daniel Wallen's going to get started from pit road. He thinks there's going to be an accident early on, wants no part of it. Make it through turns 1 and 2, okay. Lucas Weiss was trying to take the lead from the inside second row. He's already alongside Jackson Carr, drives it deep into 3. Had to check up before he started sliding up the hill. But gets back on the throttle. He will clear Jackson Carr. Lucas Weiss to the lead. Excellent start for the 97. Carr second, Peters third, Giglio fourth. They have Bikey and Horton battle for fifth. Behind them, Therio, Evers. Bikey running strong on that bottom side, Horton up by the wall. That looked like Jeremy Scherer on pit road already. 15 car. Oh, Therio's going around on the backstretch. Peter Therio, playoff car, collects both of the cave cars. I think Therio had contact coming off of turn 2. We'll have to look at the replay. Catches the apron there a little bit, gets walked up the track. Then the 25 gets the 26 into the 30. A little bit of a pinball action there. 25 didn't have time to check up, didn't see what was going on up ahead. Go back on with the 25 of Carter. See the 30 catch the apron and start wobbling up the track. The 26 checks up, but the 25 gets into the 26, turns him into the 30. Therio goes around. Scrimmetta did a really good job of avoiding all that in the 71 car. He checks up to miss the 26. Everything's happening all around him. Scrimmetta able to avoid any contact in the 71. Nicely done there. We're under our first caution. Comes out on lap 3. We're on lap 4 now. See if anyone comes for the fuel early. Lucas fakes it. We got, I believe that's 26 coming for damage repair. Got right front damage on the 26, and then everyone behind him comes down. Scott Elston, the only exception. What happened to Jeremy Sher? So we get a chat. Jeremy, DG, got a copy?
Yeah, what's going on?
Not a whole lot. We just noticed you came down pit road under the green flag. What happened to you there?
Yeah, I got into the wall. I tried to downshift and accidentally double shifted down and just blew my engine.
Rip. And then you had to take the fast repair.
Big old rip.
Oh my. Okay, well, good luck to you, and don't have that safety net anymore, so be careful.
Yep, we'll see if we can fight back.
Jimmy Sher in the 15, so he double downshifted and blew the motor in the 15. That's why he is shown 2 laps down. Had to come down under green flag conditions and take his fast repair. Top 9 have stayed out here. Ethan Evers, first one to come down. Let's see if the quick repairs have been used up here. Yes, Evers and Deal both taking their fast repairs, the 26 and 9 cars. I didn't think JR had any contact there. JR's not down in his team chat, so I can't go ask him. The Daniel Wallen came and took fuel. Mullins, a 20-second stop. I'm not sure if he was doing damage or what he was up to. Therio, a long stop for damage repair. Clapper Newell, 1 minute. Michael Edwards, 1 minute. A lot of guys, a long pit stops trying to get that damage fixed. Hey Beach, how's it going? So 3 cars already burned their fast repair. We still got over 100 laps to go. Yikes. Including playoff driver Ethan Evers. Going fairly well and ready for Friday. Getting them old late model 87 cars. Have a good time. Pretend it's Daytona, but it's really California or Michigan, one of those 2-mile tracks. It's the same thing to me. Yeah, you'll be at Charlotte. You'll have to root for old John Garrett for me in the ARCA race. Cody, what are you doing in Texas? Oh, Johnny hit the wall when he was trying to avoid the wreck. Broke his tire. That's a sucky way to go. You avoid the main thing, but grab the wall. Work trip. That sounds exciting. My work doesn't send me anywhere. I just get to deal with you guys. That's my work. Is Cliff hanging out? He is hanging out. If we weren't going back to green this lap, I'll go ask Cliff what his 20-second stop was all about. I think it was like minor damage repair. Maybe he brushed something. Everyone except Scherer on the lead lap. Scherer, of course, downshifted twice, blew his motor, had to take a fast repair under green. So he'll be coming from 2 laps down to try and get back on that lead lap. That sounds like a fun time, Beach. Lights are out on our pace car. We're getting set for a restart. There goes the pace car. Leader Lucas Hoytsman's chosen the top. And away they go. Blake Giglio getting that time jump with them. He's going to go from 4th up to 2nd. Nice to have those teammates out there. He'll clear Carter. There is a car and a Carter. top 5 cars, all single file. First battle is Horton up the track, and the 4 of Harper looking underneath. It's 07 on your scoreboard, so 4 on your screen. They get single file. There's Skrmetta, Evers, Mullins, Deal, Llewellyn, Clapper Newell, as we hear some tires screaming in the back. Scott Elston in the 85 goes around. 3 Toyotas come together. Elston, Edwards. It looked like the 25 of Carter. Carter gets into Elston, and Carter comes down on Edwards. I don't know if Edwards knew they were 3 wide. Kind of strange to stick his nose in there. And Elston not up by the wall. It's just, I don't know, it's odd to go 3 wide on lap 10. I probably wouldn't have done it, especially through the tri-oval. It's tricky there. Man, that was close for Jeremy Scherer. Let's just sneak through here. He's trying not to hit anyone, so he gets the lucky dog. Oh my gosh. I should give Jeremy Scherer that lucky dog. I'm awful quiet. I wonder if my driver's chat's been disabled randomly. Go find out.
Thanks, Chicken.
There we go. Hello, Lexi. How are you?
Ooh, lucky dog is hot.
Lucky dog is high, as usual. So Scherer will go from 2 laps down to 1 lap down as we are back under caution.
Man, is Club going up there and racking people under yellow again?
More than likely. Watch out. She's holding the wall.
Clapper Newell used this opportunity
with the passion.
to get more repairs on the 21 car.
Yeah, he's talking mad shit about you in Discord right now. Car wouldn't crank back up.
There are 2 different, like, people arguing with other drivers right now.
Okay.
There's one going on in the text chat, and then a completely different one going on in the voice chat.
Too much going on right now. Too much. Being blown up in Discord about someone broadcasting. I'm like, wait a minute. Wow, someone 25 just wrecked in the back by himself.
Doing some burnouts.
Okay. That happened. Carter wrecking coming out of the pits.
Take it to bottom.
Hoytsmith shows him bottom this time as Bikey gives him a shot in the back bumper. Blake Giglio came to pit road to top off the fuel tank. That's why he's not up there in second this time. Other drivers that came down this time, Daniel Llewellyn, Peter Theriault, Jeremy Clapper-Newell. He's been doing damage repair about every time. Scott Elson, Dave Hoytsmith came back down to top off the fuel one lap later. Mike Edwards has been doing damage repair after all that. Could be a quick night for some folks. Those fast repairs going out the window quick. Edwards and Cher have already used them. Deal, Evers. Got to be on their P's and Q's going forward, or we could have a heavy attrition night. That paint on the 54 is triggering the crap out of me. As a painter, I can't stand for this. Why you stick Camaro paint on a Camry? Pace car is off. We're heading back to green flag action, start of lap 14. There goes Hoytsmith, gets a great jump. Willis Peters pushing the 54 of car. Bikey trying to get to the inside. His car gets down to the bottom. Peters going to use that outside line.
Oh my god, Cliff just flew out of the track.
Looks like Cliff's having some blinking issues. Horton's heading up the hill. The 4 car is up there though. He would have reined it back in. Harper's going to keep that momentum up in the Mustang. Try to take that 5th spot from the outside line. And you have Skrmetta and Evers behind him. So the top 4 have gone single file. That is Harper bouncing off the fence coming out of turn 2. Skrmetta in the 71 right down on that blue line. Hardest part of Charlotte side by side is definitely through the doglegs. Everyone's single file except for this battle between Harper and Skrmetta now. Ethan Evers in the 6, looking to go the outside of Skrmetta. Cliff Mullins still has some connection issues. Evers does get clear of Skrmetta. Now goes to the inside of Harper. Hoytsmith 3/10 up over Carr. Evers gets clear. Now Skrmetta is going to try to follow through. Skrmetta tucks back in line. Further back, J.R. Deal is putting a move on Cliff Mullins. Daniel Llewellyn's there and the 30 of Peter Theriault. Cliff still having connection issues on the 37. Blinking like a strobe light out there. Skrmetta has gotten by Harper up ahead.
Is this going out your way?
Ethan Evers now going after Justin Horton. Both coming up on Bikey. Horton all the way up to the wall. Just going to get a good run down the backstretch with that wall line. He launches by Bikey. Horton up to the 4th spot. Mikey now holding up these 3 cars right behind him. Ethan Evers all over his back bumper. Scrimetta's going to look to the inside of Evers, heading down into 3. Nothing doing there. All these cars are glued to the bottom. Someone's going to have to go to the top to make gains. Evers now decides to go outside of the 27 of Bikey. Looks like Blake Giglio's caught up to this group also. Evers is going to use that outside line to get by Bikey. Now Scrimmetta is going to the top to try and follow the 26 through. Here comes the 4 of Harper. Harper into the fence a little bit. Keeps it going in the correct direction. Then Giglio watching all this unfold. I'm sure he'll go to the top once the 4 gets clear. Peter Theriot, he's running the top by himself. No car underneath him. He's still back there in the 30, running that high line up by the wall. Now Harper, momentum going to kick in for that Cowboys Mustang. And he'll clear Bikey. See if Giglio can do anything there. Horton's run down Lilith Peters. It's the battle for 3rd. Horton's car really coming to life. Car's not letting Hoytsma get away. It's keeping that gap right at 3/10. There are our lead duo, Hoytsma out front. Car keeping pace. And a couple of Beam Team teammates, Peters and Horton. Evers 5th, Scrimmetta in 6th. Harper 7th, Mikey is slid to 8th. Giglio, after pitting for fuel there, he is now 9th. Theriot 10th, still running that wall. J.R. Deal 11th, Mike Edwards 12th, Daniel Llewellyn 13th. Cliff Mullins blinking out in 14th. Dave Hoytsma in 15th, Scott Elston 16th. You have Jeremy Clapper Newell, last car on the lead lap, 17th. Jeremy Scherer is currently 18th, 1 lap down, ahead of the 25 of Carter. So those two would be battling for a lucky dog if the yellow comes. This race is starting to take on that long green flag look. Ethan Evers has brought that second pack up to the 39 and the 01 of Peters. It's from 3rd to about really 9th, all lined up together. The top 8, aside from Ethan Evers, has not been down pit road at all. Evers came down for a fast repair on lap 4. So really the whole top 8 going to be looking for fuel in the not too distant future. Then you have Giglio. He came down 17 laps ago in the 9th position. Giglio on back has all been to pit road at some point. 10% in, yes sir. How we doing, Waddy? Good to see you, my friend. So Peters and Horton stretched it out as Scrimmetta gets by Evers. Evers checked up in the middle of the corner. That checked up Harper a little bit. Bikey had to be on his toes, and that gets Big Giglio to the outside. He's going to try to get 2 of them here. He gets to the outside of Harper also. 16 car progressing towards the front. Our race leader already locked in for next week. It's Giglio trying to get by Evers. You get 3 in 1 lap. Just showing off at this point. Blake up to 6th. Gets big time tight coming off of 4. That's going to allow Ethan to go back to his inside. Going to frustrate the driver of the 16 there a little bit. He had such a good lap until coming out of turn 4. It's backed by Evers on that high line. Dario and Edwards battle for that last spot in the top 10. Dario's been running that wall pretty much this entire race. Edwards gets by on that inside. You see the outlaw JR Deal there in 12th, the Starburst Ford. Daniel Llewellyn 13th. Cliff Mullins almost a second back to 14th. And then Dave, Daddy Dave. Bikey and Harper side by side. Contesting the 8th position. Harper up the track! That got very close. Fortunately, Harper able to keep his car off of the 27 of Bikey, and Netcode didn't decide to make that a mess. Harper's car obviously very tight. Every time he gets in the corner, he drifts up the hill. Making that bottom line very difficult to make a pass on. JR Deal, the outlaw, trying to pass the 30 of Dario for 11th. Jackson Carr is really keeping the pressure on Hoytsma. Dario's in the wall there a little bit. Carr's starting to run the top. Really gives him momentum down that backstretch. Comes Carr to pit road. Jackson Carr brings the 54 to pit road. First of our green flag pit stops here. 35 laps was the ticket for Carr. Here he is. Hoytsman out
Hitting this time.
by himself.
Hitting this time.
Luke is going to stay out, as does Peters. Horton in the 39. Skrmetta. Horton almost into the wall. Skrmetta has to do a good job avoiding Horton. That got spicy. Mike Edwards, Peter Theriot on pit road. So we get 4 of our lead lap machines to come down on lap 36. See if Lucas decides this is the lap to come down. How the race leader peels off the track, hits the pit lane there. We'll have to see if he got down to pit speed in time. That looked pretty aggressive getting on pit road there. A little further back, Harper's on pit road. So far, all the pit stops clean. Don't see any penalties. Lilith Peters takes over the race lead in the 0-1. You do get a lap lead bonus point. Most laps led gets an additional 3. Here comes Peters to pit road in the 0-1. Bringing Blake Giglio down.
85 foot.
Surprised Blake didn't go longer, but here he is. He could have. He came down for fuel about 10 laps after everybody.
Great. I got it on safe pit entrance, so I'm gonna pit exit, so I gotta do another entrance pit line.
You got a black flag. Let's just summarize that. Someone picked up a penalty there.
Not very sure how I did, but
Usually by crossing the pit lane exit line before the blue cone. Most of the time that's where that penalty comes from. So Ethan Evers gets a lap lead in the 26. JR Deal still hasn't pit either, nor has Llewellyn. Hoytsma, Dave Hoytsma, Jeremy Clapper-Newell, all those cars still out on track. Cliff Mullins on pit road now on the 37. Ethan Evers going to bring his Cave RP Toyota to pit road. See if JR follows him.
Cutting.
JR staying out, so JR will get a lap lead here in the 9. Outlaw leads lap 39. Llewellyn's still out on track as well as Dave Hoytsma. Those are the top 3. Everyone else has been to pit road or is on pit road. 3 cars left to pit in our green flag cycle. The one that needs fuel the most is going to be JR Deal. Llewellyn and Hoytsma can probably go about 5 to 6 more laps past where JR Deal would run out of gas. JR's going to stay out, lead him another lap. Why not? Enjoy the sunshine, my friend. Cars that have been to pit road and come off. Hoytsma and Carr are the lead 2 once again, but Hoytsma has opened up a 1.8 second gap. Looks like the 9 car is heading to pit road. Llewellyn's going to stay out and take over the race lead. Daniel Llewellyn in the Labor 12 Camaro started from the pits. Here he is leading the race. Dave Hoytsma currently second. Dave's got 1 more lap of fuel than Llewellyn does, according to the metrics anyway. Carter in the 25, he has yet to come to pit road. He was a lap down, currently on the lead lap. If he could catch that lucky yellow. Blake Giglio unlaps himself. Carter not on the lead lap right now, but he's on the same lap as most other folks. We'll put it that way. Once Llewellyn pits, he would be. But Carter, he has 1 lap where he could try to stay out and try to catch that yellow at the perfect time. It would take a hell of a lot of luck. Here's race leader Llewellyn. Cars on the fresh tires going by on the outside. And here comes Daniel. 33 laps was how far he could go, so that'll hand over the lead to Daddy Dave. Dave Hoytsma in the 79 picks up a lap lead, gets himself a bonus point. Harper gets back on the lead lap. Mike Edwards be the next car to unlap themselves. Here comes the 79. Dave going to get it onto pit road. That'll hand the race lead back over to his son. About 18 seconds back. Dave going to lead another lap while he's on pit road. Nicely done, Dave. And here comes Lucas. In case you couldn't tell, that is Lucas in that car. He has the Lucas Oil sponsorship all over it. Now we've completed our green flag cycle. Lucas Hoytsma out in the lead. Jackson Carr second. Blake Giglio, 16 cars up to third. Scrimetta 4th. Peters 5th. Horton 6th. Bikey 7th. Harper 8th. Edwards 9th. And Evers your top 10. $16 cars on a lead lap after our green flag cycle. There you go. Off the lead lap. One of our playoff contenders struggling in the 30 car. Scrimetta and Lilith Peters battle for 4th. Behind Giglio. Horton's right there as well, so 4th, 5th, and 6th. A 3-car scrap. They keep trading that 4 spot back and forth. Peters using the low line, taking the short way around. Scrimetta keeping that engine wound up the momentum on that high line. Able to squeeze back ahead. Hoytsma has extended his lead over Jackson Carr. It's now 2.3 seconds. Getting close to handing out those all-important stage points. Skermetta and Peters just keep fighting on this 4th place. So Skermetta gets it for now. Peters trying to run him back down again. It's right to the back bumper. Skermetta protects the inside. Nick Edwards trying to find a way by Nathan Harper. And those two are. That is for 8th position. Peters just not giving up. Looking back to the inside of Skermetta. Coming up on our halfway point. Hoytsma comfortably in lead by 2 seconds after the green flag pit cycle. There's Carr in 2nd. Giglio 3rd. Hoytsma's already through. 3 drivers will join him for the championship next week. Quick look at those points. See Therio, Bikey, Edwards, Giglio, Newton, Peters, and Evers. While Giglio has appeared.
Thanks, Justin. You didn't even take the wall up. Do be like that.
Justin got up by the wall, letting Brandon Bikey through. Hoytsma's going to come around, comfortably win the halfway points. Ten points to Lucas. Jackson Carr will pick up
Okay,
9.
I left on the back stretch.
Giglio 8. Skermetta 7.
And there's not going to be a caution.
Vader
for it.
6.
Oh, okay, I couldn't go.
Therio wrecking on the backstretch. Caution coming out in the middle of our... It's way down off the track. I'm surprised that threw the caution. Gets into the wall coming off a 2. And it just loses the handle from there. Hard left front impact onto the inside wall. Slides to a stop way down out of the groove. A little surprised that one triggered a caution. But here we are, halfway under caution. This will throw all the cool strategy we were having right out the window. We had some cars that pit as recently as 7 laps ago, and some cars it's 21 laps. So that wide window of fuel stop, it would have been really cool to see how that all played out under green heading towards the end. I think some drivers could have maybe 2 tires and half a tank of fuel and gained huge gains. We should see the entire field come down. A little surprised the 25's coming down. He's not on the lead lap. Thought the pit road would be closed to him this time by. Jeremy Scherer, the 15, gets the lucky dog. See if anyone tries a strategy to jump ahead of Lucas. I'm pretty sure it'll be 4 tires and fuel for everyone, though. Oh my, looks like Jackson Carr beat Lucas Hoisma off pit road. Jackson Carr will be control car. Nice stop by the 54 team. 0.4 of a second quicker. That is the difference. Carr, your leader. Hoytsman now second. Giglio third. Scrimetta. Peters, your top 5 after the pit cycle. J.R. Deal looks like he's thrown a Hail Mary. He had a 10-second stop, so I think he may have taken 2 tires and half a tank here.
I was not paying attention. I'm very sorry.
Justin Horton,
I took out my team owner in a race doing that one time.
4 tires and fuel, and Daniel Llewellyn looks like fuel only. Come
I'll
back out in
put
9th.
my teammate out, so there's that.
Mike Edwards 10th, Ethan Evers 11th, Harper 12th, all those cars 4 tires, Cliff Mullins, Dave Hoytsma. Dave's coming back down. Lucky dog Jeremy Scherer pits with them. Dario's car took the tow. He's sitting there getting heavy repairs. 3 minutes. Doesn't look good for the 30 car for moving on to the championship next week. A little surprised the 2 cave cars, both in contention. Both the back into the top 10. Had a lot of speed in practice, but they are not showing it in the race. Blake Giglio, the best of the non-locked-in playoff cars, in 3rd right now. 16's doing what he needs to do to try to move on. Another quick look at those points. Edwards back in 10th. Bikey currently 6th, doing good for Bikey.
I'll do
Dario
that.
was in the top 4 coming in, but he is all the way down in last right now. Blake Giglio currently in 3rd, doing what he needs to do. Quinn Newton. I don't even think Quinn showed up tonight. Yeah, can confirm. No Quinn Newton. Then we have Lilith Peters, currently in 4th position.
I was pressing I and it wasn't working there.
Then Ethan, pretty much in a have-to-win situation. He's back at 11th. It's going to take some luck. Lights are out on the pace car. Cars chose the inside line, breaking up those Giglio and Hoytsma. Although he still have Scrimetta on the outside for Hoytsma. Why does the pace car feel like it's going like 20 right now? Feels so slow. Suddenly our pace car turned into a Citroen and it can't go over 25.
You alright there, 25?
I have no clue what he's doing. Get
That's
up there!
Okay, he spun out of pit road once. Been an interesting night for the 25. Pace car is going to head on off. We'll get restarted. Halfway points are given out. Now it's a race to the finish. Giglio comes up, gives a tap to Jackson Carr's back bumper. Carr jumps out to the lead. Hoytsma and Giglio. Giglio's going to cut Hoytsma and brake and not get beside him. So those three go single file. Peters and Scrimmetta battle for fourth. Horton into the fence. Bikey, big slide in the 27, hangs on to it. I believe a couple other cars, Scott Elston and Cliff Mullins, did the same thing coming off turn 2 as Hoytsman's to the inside of Jackson Carr. All sorts of things happening at once. Now Lilith Peters, the 01, hits the outside wall. All hell's breaking loose here on lap 60 and 61. Hoytsman now going for the lead. Hoytsman saw his 2-second lead disappear with the caution coming out and then lost the lead on pit road. Has to be unhappy with that. Carr is going to keep him pinched down. Hoytsman, I think, is going to have the advantage here when it gets down into 1. See if he sails it off in there. Nope, unable to do so. His car keeps him pinched down. He will stay side by side for the lead. Giglio trying to offer some help there in the second row. Teammates to the 97. And Carr leads that lap. Peters fading back a bit, down to 7th after hitting the wall. JR Deal up into the top 5.
JR, did you take 2 tires?
Nope.
Did he say no? Did he take no tires? It's a 10-second stop. There's no way that's 4 tires.
Really, you're just gonna drive through me, huh?
Daniel Wallen launching through the grass. 4 car gets into him. Ethan doing a great job avoiding Llewellyn there. Daniel not happy with Harper right now. So we still have the battle for the lead going on. Didn't miss a thing. Lucas trying to drift up the track, but the 54 is there, keeping him down on the bottom. I'm very fortunate that iRacing hasn't decided there's been contact there. Man, Carr barely leads that lap. Hoytsman every time gets down right on that blue line, then drifts up. Has to check up because the 54 is right there, not giving him a whole lot of room. See Hoytsman drift up off that line each and every time he goes into the corner. Carr clear him? He did. Carr clears Lucas. Lucas pushing him through the tri-oval. A little bit of contact on corner entry. Now Hoytsman gets to the outside.
This is unfair.
And now Lucas finally gets clear and into the lead. All it took was
Equally better on pit road, guns.
getting to the outside. So now you know what you have to do if you want to pass Lucas. You got to keep him pinned down low. Mike Edwards making a move, working on Justin Horton in the 39. Edwards gets clear and up to 6th. So the playoff drivers, of course, Hoytsma and Giglio in 3rd, Bikey 5th, Edwards 6th. The top handful of drivers are all single file. Looks like Ethan Eaters is the only one besides someone, but that's not even for position. Stereo is 4 laps down on that 30. Looks like it's going to be end of the championship run for the 30 team. So he would need, if things were staying exactly like they are now, he would need 6 cautions just to get back on the lead lap. Unlikely in the last 40 laps. As a fan of racing under green flag, I really hope that doesn't happen. We have a battle for way back here. Scott Elston and Jeremy Clapper duel. Last 2 cars on the lead lap, they're still having fun. Battle for 16th. Elston gets by Clapper Newell. Oh, wouldn't you know it? Carr and Heusler side by side again. Carr way up to the top. Look at that momentum. Clears Lucas off the top. Wonder if this time he learned his lesson. Don't let Lucas back to his outside. Jackson Carr takes over the race lead once again. Hoytsman now second. Giglio third. Scrimmetta is fourth. Bikey, your top five. Mike Edwards, Lilith Peters, Justin Horton, Nathan Harper, Ethan Evers, Jeremy Shear, Dave Hoytsman, J.R. Dio, Cliff Mullins, Daniel Wallen, Scott Elson, Jeremy Clapper Newell, all the cars on the lead lap. Completing lap 72. Hoytsman trying to get back to that outside of Carr. Carr clearing up to the wall smartly. Keep Hoytsman from getting that top. Duke is trying everything he can. Learning for later. Get back down to the inside. Try again. Outside line just so powerful coming off the corner. Car goes back by Lucas. That paint triggers me so bad. Hear the shift there. Hoytsman's going to look to the top, but he doesn't quite have the momentum to get alongside before corner exit. Can you imagine just maybe 5 years ago talking about shifting at Charlotte? That's crazy. The car bottom out there. Car keeping Hoytsman at bay is Giglio starting to look inside. Won the 97, now looks to the top. Giglio wants to see if he can get up there and battle with Jackson Carr. I agree, Beach. It's horrible, but we got what we got. Just never thought shifting would be a thing at an oval track, you know? Like on and off pit road, sure. Restart, sure. During the actual racing, no. Just why? Why is this our current culture? Lucas up top again, Giglio looking to the inside. Things have gone single file and Jackson Carr enjoying that fact. A couple of tenths over Hoytsman. Hoytsman now has Giglio breathing down his neck. Scrimetta's still fourth. Edwards fifth, ahead of Bikey now. It's Peters 7th, Harper 8th, Horton 9th, Evers in 10th. And there's Mullins, Scherer, Dave Hoytsman. It's a battle for 12th. J.R. Deal, Scott Elston, battle for 14th. Carr stretched it out a little bit as Giglio gets by Hoytsma. Looks like Hoytsma let Blake get by there. See if Blake can do anything with Carr. Now it's up to Blake to run down the leader, Jackson Carr, in the 54. I heard Carr say he wanted redemption after the Kansas race. It's about 30 laps away from that. Giglio's reeling him in, though. Nathan Harper coming to pit road. Bit of a short pit for the 07 / number 4. Clapper Newell has also been to pit road. So 2 cars of our lead lap machines already doing the pit stops as Clapper Newell came down last lap. Lose about 7/10, 25 laps into the run off of the first run, as we have Lilith Peters and Justin Horton both hitting pit road. They're going to go for the short pit. Within the window to make it to the end, why not? Come down, get your tires, get your fuel, get back out there. Make everyone pass you. Looks like Harper sped on pit road. He's picked up a penalty. That or had required damage. I don't think he hit anything.
14
Yeah.
putting on.
Harper down and away. It's Mike Edwards out of 5th place. First of our top 5 cars to come to pit road. Pikey's going to come with him. Pikey, Giglio, Hoytsma, all on pit road. Scrimmetta and Carr are the only 2 that stay out. Behind them, more cars coming down. Dave Hoytsma, Jeremy Scherer, J.R. Deal. Pit road, a busy, busy place. 6 cars left out on the track on the lead lap. Carr, the race leader, he's coming to pit road. I think Hoytsma stays out on the track longer and gets a straighter shot in. And that's why he had that 2-second gap on the last pit cycle. Ethan Evers stays out. Ethan's going to be screaming about debris on the track. Wanting that yellow. So he puts Giglio down a lap, and 26 has to come to pit road this time. Here comes the race leader as Cliff Mullins assumes the lead.
30 pitting this time.
Rio doesn't remember what number he is. Cliff can go maybe 4 or 5 more laps. Try to keep as many cars a lap down as possible and hope for a yellow. Swinging for the fences. 16 of Giglio. Already back on the lead lap. Well ahead of Jackson Carr. Look at that gap he has. Almost a half a straightaway. Carr now has to pass the race leader, Cliff Mullins. Mullins goes up the track, bumps him a little bit.
I know you're trying to hold me up for your teammate, but Jesus Christ.
Who's his teammate? He didn't do that shit to me, answer, so get that out of your mouth.
Get that out of your mouth. Yeah, but Cliff's also low drag, as is those guys that are, Giglio is also low drag. So there is that. It's not like they aren't teammates. Now, there is C2X and there is CTC, that's true. But they're all low drag. The perception is they're still teammates. We'll put it that way. whether or not it is on paper. So Mullins hits the pit road. That gives Daniel a wall in the race lead. Daniel's going to have to come in the next 2-3 laps. He's getting low on the fuels. Cliff, fuck that kid. Yeah, I know you were crowding him on purpose there. And it would have been really funny if it brought out the caution. "33 laps since we've last seen Llewellyn on pit road. The gap between Giglio and Carr is 2.6 seconds. So Llewellyn hits pit road. Eventually that'll hand the lead back to Giglio as Carr and Hoytsman battle. Peters and Edwards are right there, but all 4 of these cars are 2.5 seconds behind Blake Giglio. This will be 2nd through 5th once the pit cycle completes. All the while, side by sides, allowing Blake Giglio to get away, which is kind of what the team's strategy is. Since Lucas Hoytsman is already locked in, he doesn't care. Blake Giglio needs to advance himself to the next round, and he is doing the best he can by leading the race. Then you have Peters and Edwards, the 01 and 14, trying to move on to that final 4. Mikey right there behind him, trying to do the same. All 3 of those would like it better if Blake Giglio is not leading the race. Hoytsman doing a great job holding up the 54. Blake's lead almost up to 3 seconds now. Justin Horton's creeping into this picture. We'll make it 2nd through 7th. All stacked up. The car finally clears Lucas Hoytsman. Edwards has moved up to the 4th spot. With Peters trying to challenge for that, looking to the outside of Edwards. And we're back to follow the leader. 15 to go here at Charlotte. Nathan Harper has retired the 07, also known as the 4 car. He's going to finish 19th tonight. There's Blake. Gap's coming down, 2.7, but the car is going to have to find some amazingly fast times to make that gap go away in enough time. Only 14 laps left. Do have this battle on track. Cliff Mullins Clapper Newell, that is for 12th. And if you're looking for a caution, that could be it. Definitely no love lost between those two. Laps winding down, and that gap's just not coming down quick enough. It is dropping, just not quick enough. Still 2.5 seconds. As they catch the 25 of Carter. Gap still over 2 seconds is looking good for Giglio with only 9 laps to go. My guess for the championship 4 at this point would be Giglio, of course Hoytsma, Edwards, and Bikey. Doing the math, Car would have to pick up a 1/4 second a lap. The odds of that are very low. So without a caution, looks like Giglio is going to get into the championship 4, join his teammate Lucas Hoytsma. Then it's all coming down to what the points look like after that. Looks like Edwards, Bikey, Peters will all be pretty close together. Six laps to go from Charlotte. Blake Giglio trying to punch his ticket into that championship 4. Then we all hold our collective breath as well. Ethan Evers, series manager, gets the points tallied up and issued. All the final stops are made. Everyone can make it on fuel. Jackson Carr, Lucas Hoytsma, Mike Edwards, Brandon Bikey, Lilith Peters, Skrmeta, Justin Horton. He's still trying to move on. And Evers, not looking good for Ethan. He was 8th coming in. There's Dave in the top 10. Cliff Mullins blinking still. Jeremy Sherritt 12th. There's J.R. Deal battling Scott Elston. That's for 13th. Renewal in 15th. Llewellyn got some laps led today. He's back in 16th. Last car in lead lap. 3 laps down is Carter. 4 laps down is Therio. Clear sailing for the 16. The only battle on track really is this one. Elston's gotten by JR Deal. JR trying to hang tough on that outside. Battle for 13th. Why not? Elston using that low line Getting in front of Deal once again, but gets a little squirrely coming off the corner. If Deal can keep that momentum up, he should be able to get to the outside of Elston going back into the corner, but he's not quite able to get that done. Elston drives it on down in there. Here comes Blake Giglio on the white flag lap. Last time into turns 1 and 2. Top 3 all nose to tail. Edwards trying to hold off Bikey. That could be important in the points. Bikey's going to sail it off in there, try to get that last point. Giglio gets the win. Bikey's going to get the points over Edwards. Oh, they make contact coming to the line. Edwards turns the 27. And Giglio gets the win. Carr second, Hoytsma third. Bikey grabs fourth from Edwards on the last lap. Peters come home in 6th, Grametta 7th, Horton 8th, Evers 9th. Dave Hoytsma picks up the top 10, Cliff Mullins 11th, Jeremy Scherer 12th, Scott Elston 13th, JRDL 14th, Daniel Llewellyn. And that is all that we have for the 2-day. 15 cars. I think Clapper still has to finish here.
Go on, Giglio.
There you go. Now all of our lead lap cars finish. Blake's going to burn it down.
Oh, sorry, Brandon. You're good.
Dave going to give him a bump. Our top 3 interview will be Hoytsma, Carr, and Giglio. Lucas, DG, got a copy?
Yeah, man.
Hi. Well, that was an interesting race. Looked like you were going to be the class of the field, and then those pit stops happened, and I don't know, Blake just took off.
Yeah, I had that pit stop. I think it was the only caution and the green part of the race, and Jackson was able to beat me off because of the pit road line being so close to his box. I mean, that's the benefit you get of getting pole position, obviously. But man, it's just the whole race tonight was pretty much decided on pit stops. He got by me, and then we had the green flag pit stop. Blake had an absolutely amazing pit exit, and he pulled out 2 seconds ahead of both me and Carr. So Blake, he drove a heck of a race, came from the back from the start. He went back, took fuel, and had to drive all the way back up. And yeah, it's good to get the 2 low drag guys in the championship 4. See if we can fight for one next week.
10-4. You got those friends, family, and sponsor shout outs for us?
Yeah, man. Big shout out to Low Drag Esports, CTC, M9 Performance, Lib 12. If you're doing the broadcasting, everybody puts this thing on.
10-4. All right, bud. Congrats on that P3 finish tonight and moving on to the fight for that championship next week. We'll see what you can do.
Thanks, dude. See ya.
Now we go grab Jackson Carr. Jackson, DG, got a copy?
Yep, I hear you loud and clear.
Well, it looks like this entire race was all about the pit stops. The first green flag cycle looked like Lucas was able to get out to 2 seconds on you. Then that one under caution, you were able to beat him by about 4/10, and that was enough to take the lead away. And then that final pit stop, Blake Giglio just smoked you guys coming off the pit roads and able to get 2 seconds ahead, and he's just never running back down. How do we feel about the race overall tonight?
The race was good. I'm firing my pit crew. We're getting Busher's pit crew. My pit crew is good, but we're sending them down to ARCA for a couple weeks, so maybe they can pick up their act.
Can we fire your painter?
Yeah, that paint scheme is for a Chevy.
Yeah, because
So-
it says Camaro on your back bumper.
Yeah, so it doesn't really line up as much as I'd like it to, but hey, I mean, whatever. It works. I forgot I was a Toyota for this league, and it's a Chevy paint scheme, so
Whoops. Well, when I first got you on track, it was a plain white car because of the way the decal you had put on. So I just went in there and deleted your decal. So at least you had some paint on your car.
yeah. People were complaining that they only saw a white car. I don't really mess with decals too much, so I must have messed it up.
Yep. All right. Well, we got it out there. We got it looking halfway decent for you. Just let's pick a Toyota next week, huh?
So yeah, definitely going back to the normal Ty Gibbs car. So
There you go. Go ahead and hit me with
so-
those friends, family, and sponsor shout outs tonight, too.
yeah, I want to thank everybody, Burnt Rubber Racing, Jason for spotting me, Receptive Sound on the side of the car, and know my dad for this $112 PC. Works good. Really good race. Pit stops got me. I think I was the fastest car on track, but that's an opinion. So, good one. It's my opinion.
I mean, you can go and look at the lap times and prove it. So
Yeah.
there's data one way or the other. You can either be right or wrong.
Yeah, I'm a little biased, so maybe not take my word for it.
Yeah, if we look it up, I think it depends on the lap time, but the fastest lap of the races comparison, yes, you were faster than Giglio, but Lucas was faster than you, so there's that.
Lucas was definitely faster than me short run. Long run, I had him a little bit, but he couldn't pass, so.
It looks like the
He's definitely
fastest lap of the race actually goes to Mike Edwards.
Yeah, draft, probably. Yeah, draft is huge here. That's the only reason I was really able to keep up with him at first stance, because I was in his draft and I could save in the corners.
10-4. All right, bud. Well, congrats on that P2 finish. We'll see you back here next week. See if you can steal the thunder away from those championship 4.
Hopefully.
Jackson Carr finishing in P2 tonight. Now we go grab the 16 of Blake Giglio. Get him out of his low drag spot. Blake, DG, you got a copy?
How's it going?
Well, sir, that pit stop coming off of pit road looks like you just smoked everybody and got that 2-second advantage. Nobody could run you back down, and that was the difference to get you locked into the championship 4 next week. How good does that feel?
Feels good. Definitely was worried about it coming in tonight. Got a lot of more competition in this league. I feel like that we've had in the previous years. So I knew it was gonna be tough. But I knew that pit stop was everything. I drove it in hard, drove it off pretty hard, and I was dirt tracking it for a little bit, but we were able to do all right and come out on top.
Heck yeah. Well, you get to fight for that championship next week. Go ahead and hit me with your friends, family, and sponsor shout-outs, my friend.
Yeah, shout out to you Broadcasting, Sidewinder all around, CC Racing, Low Drag Esports, M9 Performance, BGR, Jake Swanson, Shock Technology, Apex Auto Glass. Everyone that supports every week and does its thing.
10-4. We appreciate you, my friend. Congrats on the victory tonight, and we'll see you next week going for that championship. Good luck.
Thank you.
And that is all of our interviews for tonight. Let's go ahead and look at our final results pages. Blake Giglio picking up the victory. Jackson Carr, Lucas Hoisman on the podium. Bikey and Edwards rounding out your top 5. Lilith Peters, Travis Scrimmetta, Justin Horton, Ethan Evers, Dave Hoitzma, the top 10. Cliff Mullins, Jeremy Scherer, Scott Elston, J.R. Deal, Daniel Wallen, Jeremy Clapper-Newell, Jack Carter, Peter Theriot, and Nathan Harper get credit for starting tonight. Tyler Stowell, the 36 team, never was able to get out on track, so that team won't get credit for their start. But 19 cars completing this race tonight. Congrats to everyone getting the race complete. Say thank you to our friends at Fort Worth Screen Printing, fwscreen.com, for sponsoring our series. Appreciate them helping us out, everything they do. Good luck, John Garrett, in the ARCA race at Charlotte this week. And have to say thank you to also their partner site, which is fwspdesign.com. You can go over there, pick up John Garrett's ARCA shirts, and have a good time. Hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Appreciate everybody being here tonight. Points final in just a sec, so we'll hang on with our broadcast just a wee bit longer and see if Mikey can tell us the points here. JR took the caution gamble, didn't get it. Yeah, I was disappointed with that caution in the middle of the race. If we had gotten that to go green, oh my goodness. There's so many different strategies going on because of those early cautions and people either choosing to stop or not. There was so much variation in the strategies. It was going to be very interesting to see how that played out. Yeah, Peter, you. He lost it on the backstretch. That was odd. It's been a while since I've seen a car wreck on a straightaway by itself. I know you smacked the wall coming out of 2, and it kind of set it off, but it was still kind of funny. Cautions, 3 cautions, except when you need one. That's right. All right, this is extended, so I'm going to go ahead and end the recording for the YouTubes. If you're over there on the YouTube, appreciate you guys hanging out tonight. Go ahead, smash that like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. We appreciate you enjoying our videos, and we'll see you in the next race.